Everyone in their life have some dreams and goals. And if you want to achieve these dreams and goals, you need to work towards it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sonash Investment. Today we will be discussing on very important topic and very important step which you need to take before investing in any investment option. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the video.
So let's start with our topic. Our topic for today is Goal Achievement Program. We all have some goals and aspirations in our life. Someone wants to build a dream bungalow. Someone wants to send his kids abroad for higher education. Someone may be looking forward to having a grand wedding of his daughter. Some investor may be wanting to have a lavish and a peaceful retirement. However, the irony is we may or we may not able to achieve our goals. The investor might have to settle for a small house instead of a bungalow. Or the lavish wedding may be bargained for the mediocre wedding. The kids might end up in the average college for the lack of funds. And the retirement may not be peaceful as thought. Why don't investors accomplish their dreams? It's not always that the investor don't plan or they don't invest for their goals. The biggest problem is the inflation gradually eats up their investment and drag them away from their goals.
Now let's understand the phenomenon how the inflation moves the investor away from their goals fulfillment.
These are the price trends of some items of our routine consumptions. The price of a gold increased from Rs 3,200 in 1990 to Rs 5,600 in 2003 and to around Rs 45,000 in 2020. You could get a liter of a petrol for Rs 10 and a liter of a diesel for just Rs 4 in the year 1990. In 2020, you have to pay around Rs 78 and Rs 63 for the same 1 liter of a petrol and a diesel. Or consider our daily need item like a milk, which you could get for just Rs 6 in the year 1990. For that, now you have to pay Rs 55 for 1 liter of a milk. As per RBI estimates, the wholesale price index inflation has grown by 6.5% in the last 30 years. But as we see in this table, the inflation rates for the daily need item over the last 3 decades remain much higher in the range of 8 to 10%. This means that the value of your money is diminishing over the time due to inflation. Your 1 lakh in 1990 is worth just Rs 11,336 in the year 2020. Meaning, what you could buy for Rs 11,000 in 1990, you have to shell out additional 89,000 today for the same thing, assuming the average inflation rate at around 7% per annum. Just to understand this more perfectly, let's see an example. If today Y item we are paying an X amount. After some time, let's see, after 5 years, for buying the same Y item, we have to pay Rs X plus the price rise due to inflation. I have some numbers for the better understanding of this aspect. Every individual has these 3 basic expenses: household expenses, higher education for kids, and kids' marriage expenses. If an individual was spending Rs 20,000 a month in the year 2010 for meeting his daily needs, that 20,000 has increased to Rs 35,000 a month in the year 2020 at an inflation rate of 8%. And if the inflation keeps growing silently at 8%, then by 2030, the individual will need Rs 75,000 a month for meeting his daily needs against rupees 20,000 a month in the year 2010. The fee of postgraduate program in management in IIM Ahmedabad was just rupees 6 lakhs for the 2010 batch. This fee has increased by 4 times in the last 10 years to rupees 23 lakhs. 10 years hence, assuming the modest rate of inflation of just 8%, the 28-30 batch is expected to pay rupees 50 lakhs for the same course. Now about marriage expenses. A rupees 6 to 7 lakhs wedding in the year 2010 has jumped to rupees 12 to 15 lakhs affair in the year 2020. And at 8% of inflation, a wedding of similar standing is expected to cost rupees 26 to 30 lakhs in the year 2030. Now, we have assumed the average rate of inflation is 8%. But sectors like education and wedding have actually witnessed a dramatic upsurge in cost over the year, which is way above this 8%. If the higher education cost keeps on increasing at this pace, it might even hit rupees 1 crore after 10 years. So the bottom line is the investors must be prepared for this rise of price challenge. Coming to the point, why don't investors achieve their goals? The answer to this lies in the fact that the investor generally set aside some money for their goals in bank FDs, RDs, etc. The problem with this approach is, firstly, the investor is investing a random amount which may or may not be enough to fulfill the goal. And secondly, the investor is investing in a traditional investment product, the returns of which may be incompetent to catch up with the rising prices. The solution for the first problem is estimating the future fund requirement for various goals after factoring in the inflation and arriving at the monthly investment number that can help the investor to achieve their goals. You have various tools available on my website www.sonajinvestments.com to help you performing such calculation. The solution for the second problem is getting over the traditional fixed income product and investing in right asset class which is capable of generating returns which are way over and above the inflation. To understand this better, let's consider an example. So, there is an investor, Aman, and Aman has a 10 years old daughter, Anya. Now, Aman has a goal. He wants that his daughter Anya should pursue her higher education from the Premier Institute of India, let's say IIM Ahmedabad. Now the current cost of PGP course in IIM Ahmedabad is around 20 lakhs. Now Anya is currently 10 years old and she will be doing her higher education when she will be around 22. So this means that Aman's goal of his daughter's higher education is still 12 years away. Now, when Anya turns 22, the cost of PGP in IIM Ahmedabad will not remain rupees 20 lakh, since there will be inflation over these 12 years. Now, if we assume an inflation rate of 7%, the cost of this course will be increased to around 45 lakhs after the 12 years. So Aman wants to start investing some amount every month so that he has around 45 lakhs after 12 years. So I have considered a 3 investment option for Aman. Firstly, a traditional investment product like RD, post office monthly savings scheme, etc. Secondly, SIP in balance fund. And thirdly, SIP in equity mutual fund. Assuming the rate of interest in RD to be 5.5%, Aman will be required to invest around Rs 22,200 per month to meet his goal. If Aman goes with a balance fund option, assuming the rate of interest of 9%, Aman will require to invest around Rs 17,700 per month to meet his goal. And thirdly, if Aman decides to go with the equity mutual fund in SIP option, which has given around average returns of 12% in the past periods, then he will require to invest just rupees 14,000 per month, the minimum among the three options, to meet his goals. So according to this table, Aman should definitely go by the equity mutual fund SIP option for his daughter's higher education goal. This rupees 14,000 monthly investment number has come back of his 12% return number. So let's look at the equity mutual fund SIP performance over these years to justify the assumptions. So here comes the performance snapshot of an SIP of rupees 10,000 a month in an average diversified equity mutual fund scheme. As we can see in the table, SIP has returned a whopping 13.21% returns over a 10 years, 14.92% over a 15 years, and 17.03% over a 20 years. So a modest SIP of rupees 10,000 a month has returned to an investor rupees 24 lakhs over a 10 years, around 61 lakhs over a 15 years, and 1.7 CR over a 20 years time. The SIP route helps an investor to create a phenomenal returns on his investment as a result of its two unique characteristics, low cost and high returns. Low cost by the virtue of rupee cost averaging and high returns as a result of power of compounding.
Finally, if you want to achieve your dreams and goals, the SIP in equity mutual fund is only the best option, as equity mutual fund has delivered a fantastic returns over the years. And there is a saying, "Boon boon se sagar banta hai." If we relate this to our investments, SIP say wealth banta hai. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope the information provided in the video will help you to take correct financial decisions in your life. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel Sonali Investment. Also, if you want any information regarding the mutual fund investments or any other investment option, please do contact me. My number is in description box. Please don't forget to like and share my video. Thank you once again. Stay safe. Happy investing.